Hey, ladies and gents, we are back with the first gameplay in the new KI-45. We got Joe Kid 5 playing the Tier 5 Japanese heavy fighter. What does this thing have in it? We have 137 and 120. Now, the KI-45 came about in 1939. I'm going to actually do a review on it when it comes to the tech tree. But for the most part, it came around in 1939 with the emergence of the twin-engined heavy fighters in Europe. It did not work out. I mean, it was essentially it was when it first started out to be used specifically for bomber escort. However, it got its shit wrecked by P-40s, specifically against the Flying Tigers. It did not do too hot. So yeah, for the most part, it didn't do well. Eventually was moved to the bomber interception, but it had engine problems. They produced it all during World War II. For the most part, it wasn't too bad. Joe Kid, he is getting wrecked from behind. Picks up the BF-110E Easy P. However, he's already got the center objective taken, and down he goes in flames. It's Japanese, right? It burns all the time. A6M1. This is actually the first Joe. Once you sent the video to me, and I realized what I fucked up on the deal was that I hadn't uploaded one of the patches on World of Warplanes. That's why it wasn't working. So I got it up and working. So here we go. So Joe's dropping down in here. He said he liked this plane. I can see why. I'll have to get, like I said, once I get into the actual tech tree and I'm able to play this plane, we'll have to give it a see how well it does against, like, say, the BF-110 and whatnot. However, you know, it looks like it's doing pretty well, altitude-wise, speed-wise, and it's got that big 37mm cannon on it. Here we go. He's got the I-16 lined up here. Oh, finishes him off. Puts another pass into the BF-110. Can he swing around fast enough to get around on that BF-109 or BF-110? He can. That's amazing. All right, so he picks up the BF-110 C6. Nice range on it. Looks like on the guns he's got 120mm. 37 does a nice job of deleting it, and around he goes. So now they are sitting 2-1, 2-0. The enemy team hasn't even attempted anything. BF-110E's like, he has no idea what's coming. So it looks like about a 750-meter range on that 37. Pulls around. Ooh, just takes a few shots. And it looks, the cannon doesn't look like it heats up terrible quick here. Joe finishes him off. Ooh, I'm sorry. Blindham finishes him off. Joe gets most of his health. He's just kind of loitering right here. This is what these planes do. He's going to do a little bit of boosting here. Looks like it's got a nice boost on it. Already up to about 1,000 meters, 1,100 meters here. Climbing for the DO-17Z, who should be pretty easy to knock out here. However, looks like he's got one baddie on him. Oh, who's attempting to climb here in a fucking P-40. Didn't work out too hot for him. He's like, I'm not going to screw around with that bomber. I got the P-40 to kill. Drops in on him. Feathers his shots real nice. Finishes off the P-40. He's got way better gun control than I do. Picks up the BF-110 C6. Makes a pass at him. And around he goes. It does help that he does have, like I said, looks like he's got that rear gunner. Yeah. Looks probably... Ooh, it's an ancient gun. Puts a nice big burst into the C6. Finishes off the C6. He's defending this well. You know, yeah, that's always nice to control that command center here and get the bombers up here. So they are at 3-0. They have the mining facility up, and he's not seeing any major threats. So yeah, they're just kind of hanging out here, see if anything else comes in, because you know they always do. That command center is always important on this map. Fortunately, it doesn't look like nothing's moving around, bomber-wise at least. So he's headed to the south here. He's got the I-16. That's probably going to be a one-shot. Oh, they picked up the mining facility. At this point, though, I don't really think that's going to help him any. 327 to 5. Oof. So bombers are finally activated because they have a target. So Joe's going to move on over here. It looks like he was headed for the mining facility, but he's like, I'm going to turn around and let's see what we can do against this bomber. That looks like it must be another DO-17. Yep, the Z model. Let's see if he can get in here and get the last little bit out of it. Ooh. Puts up a couple shells. Come on, buddy. Yeah, there he goes. Finishes off the DO-17Z. And around he goes. He's got 2 inbound red baddies. He's got some nice altitude here. Kind of funny that we're already hitting the yellow at 1,600 meters. You think it would have been a little bit higher. So he drops down here. He's got the LBSH. LBSH is not hugging the ground, so this works out pretty well for him. He doesn't have to drop. Oh, puts a nice big burst off. Takes off half his health. Around he goes. See if he can pick it up. The GA. He didn't have to drop down too far to pick him up here. There we go. Starts, puts another nice burst into him, finishes him off. I like the fact it does have a 20. I mean, it's nice to have the big booms too, but it's also nice to have a gun that, you know, doesn't overheat after 2 shots. Picks up the I-16I. I'm not sure this guy's even remotely aware of the amount of trouble he is in right now. Gets in closer, puts up, ooh, yeah. Never go head-to-head with the heavy fighter, right? So, he's got 1 baddie on his tail here. He's going to pull around just in time to get in on him. Puts a nice burst into him. Let's see how that rear gunner works. P-36 is like, I got this. Unfortunately, with the 50 cals on him, he's not even within range. Oh, he's coming, though. He just doesn't have the speed. Joe puts a nice fucking burst of speed in. Gets his altitude back up. P-36 doesn't have a chance. He's got up high. He's going to turn around. Mac Daddy's like, yeah, maybe not. Rear gunner's going to finish him here, I think. Yeah, knocked out his fucking, knocked out his pilot. Picks up the flames in the sky. Puts him up to almost 10K in the personal points. Damn. I think I might like this plane. I like the BF-110s. This thing looks like it's probably a little bit more maneuverable, and with a little bit of firepower. I guess we'll see when it comes into game here. So, bomber formation looks like it's probably going to take out the mining sector here in the next little batch. It's certain 2-2 right now, but they have double the score. Go figure. Let's see if he can pick up the DO-17Z again here. And Elric, ooh, puts a nice shot into him. Looks like he's on fire. Does bots carry fire extinguishers? Must have. Doesn't matter. He picks him up on the second turn, and they've picked up their own mining plant. But he's got targets. PJ Killer and the P-40 is not realizing that he's in mortal danger. Oh, finishes him off. Gets the McGuire medal. And we have 1 more baddie. This actually looked like to be a 1, 2, 3. It's going to be about a 3-on-3 human pilot fight here. Picks up the BF-110C6, which I thought was kind of always a beast with that big 30, but this 37 looks like it's, yeah, it looks pretty fucking rad, really. 2 more red baddies coming in here. Squall line is up, and yeah, they're sitting pretty decent here. They've picked up all the mining facilities, command center. Yeah, not a bad game at all. Down he goes. The fighter does not want to turn and burn. He takes off. The Yak-7 does. However, Joe's looking for the I-16. I feel bad for the I-16. I'm almost positive that this thing could probably take off at least half. Both shells hit. Oh, there he goes. Finishes him off. Puts him up to 13K on the PP personal points. And he's only got 2 guys left. Mac Daddy and the P-36. Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got here? The Hurricane 1 and Ronald. He's falling like a rock. However, he has broke all the shit, and it looks like Joe's like, I got this. Pulls in on him, gets on the nice on his tail here, starts to feather his shots a little bit here, picks him up, 13,350. He's got 1 BF-10, BF-1, nope, I'm sorry, the P-36 is the only thing left. And where is that guy? Gonna end before he gets a chance. Gets all the medals. Well, not all of them, but a pretty good chunk. 14,350.